GB's here of Into the Squared Circle podcast, and welcome to another YouTube exclusive video, of course. If you're watching us right now, just please give me a subscribe. Somewhere around here, give me a like, give me a subscribe. So I mentioned it twice here because I'm asking you to do it. So I'll be very grateful if you do that, of course. Hit the bell button as well so you never miss a YouTube video being released each and every time, okay? So on this very own video, I'll be talking about WWE Raw this past Monday. We'll kind of skim through all the yucky stuff and talk about the positive stuff I thought was really good on Monday Night Raw. And have you watched Friday Night SmackDown? If you have, AJ Styles advances to the finals and will face Seth Rollins at Night of Champions next weekend. Yeah, that's coming right around the corner on the Memorial Day weekend. Again, if you heard my prediction on who will advance to face Seth Rollins, I picked AJ Styles. Now, you would have heard of this a little early if you heard my official podcast, which is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. All you have to do is type in the search bar Into the Squared Circle podcast, okay? Sound like a deal, right? Okay, so I'm going to shut up. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw. All right, Monday Night Raw, as Vince McMahon would say, Raw. Boy, it was raw up the sphincter for 3 hours. But I watched all 3 hours. I'm going to pick up the most positive stuff out of the 3 hours, okay? So bear with me. If you refuse to watch a 3-hour Raw, I don't blame you. That's why I DVR it. Unless it's a special occasion, then maybe I will watch live, okay? But I guess we can pick out some of the positive stuff, the good stuff on Monday Night Raw. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see my pretty face. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think. If you're listening through the podcast, Into the Squared Circle podcast, which is available on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram. So Monday Night Raw was live from the Greensboro Coliseum. The Greensboro Coliseum, a long history of pro wrestling. Cody Rhodes talked about it, which we'll get to that segment very shortly. So the show kicks off with, obviously, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. They came out, told the crowd, all right, well, not the Usos, Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns, challenging Zayn and Kevin Owens at Night of Champions for the tag titles. If you don't keep up with WWE, this past Friday on SmackDown, we had Roman Reigns and we also had Solo Sikoa pretty much laying down the challenge to face against Sami Zayn and KO at Night of Champions at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia, Jeddah. On Memorial Day weekend, okay? So, that was a blockbuster news, right? Roman pretty much slapped, verbally, of course, mentally, slapped the crap out of him. You know, it's just embarrassing the Usos live on national television this past Friday, stating that, you know what, you guys can't get the job done? Well, I guess I have to do the dirty work for you guys. And I'm teaming up with Solo, and we're going to face them at Night of Champions. So this past Monday on Raw, KO and Sami Zayn came out with their titles. They were like, okay, all right. I mean, we defeated the Usos twice. We're going to whoop your guys' ass at Night of Champions. That's the plan. Sure enough, the Judgment Day came out. All the members, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Rhea Ripley, who else was part of the group? Dominic Mysterio. Dominic came out, the whole group, and they confronted KO and Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens like, you know what? I'm not in the mood. Let's fight in the main event. That's the way to do it. That's the spirit. Yeah, you know, if I'm irritated and someone came up to me and just want to talk to me, you know, hell, let's just fight. I don't know. There you go. So there's that. Okay, we're going to jump through here on my notes here. We also had a number one contender battle royal for the Intercontinental Champion. So, if you know or not know, Gunther, who's part of the Imperium faction, he is the Intercontinental Champion, okay? He came out on Raw right before the Battle Royal, talk crap, trying to be the baddest man in pro wrestling. So him and his fellow Imperium brothers were hanging out ringside watching the Battle Royal. So I won't name all the entries because we do have some NXT call-ups that went up to the main roster and was part of the Battle Royal. But let's get to the final three in the Battle Royal, okay? So we have Ricochet, Bronson Reed, and Mustafa Ali. Chicago very own Mustafa Ali. So what happened was the final three was those three men. Ricochet and Ali tried to eliminate Bronson Reed, okay? That's what happened. But he lands on the ring apron. So imagine that. Ricochet with a drop kick onto Bronson Reed, but Reed still on the apron. Can't speak. Big guy, right? Bronson Reed's big, not muscular. He's like a tank. He is a very impossible guy unless you face Braun Strowman. Maybe it's a good opponent right there. But nonetheless, Ricochet climbed to the top rope. Okay, that's what happened. Reed catches him, but Mustafa Ali came out of nowhere with a drop kick. Okay, off the top rope, and Reed and Ricochet are eliminated. Do you believe that? Mustafa Ali is now the number one contender for the Intercontinental Champion. Almost says International Champion. That's on the other company. But yes, Mustafa Ali, Chicago's very own. This is wild. This is wild. Mustafa Ali won a match in his hometown of Chicago. Because look, you know the WWE. If you're wrestling in your own hometown, normally Vince will book him as to lose the match, right? Mustafa Ali wrestled in Chicago at the Allstate Arena, and Vince was still in charge. Obviously, he is now, but I mean, like fully 100% in charge. You know, Mustafa would have lost that match. You would know it 100%. But he surprised me because he won his match here in Chicago. And now he won the number one contender match for the Intercontinental Championship against Gunther. So that's huge for being a Chicago native, a Chicago resident, the suburbs to be exact here. So that's one thing to point out here. All right, so as we're going through here on Monday Night Raw this past Monday, May the 15th to be exact, of 2023. So Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, showed up, came out to the ring, cut a promo, and that was a really good Cody Rhodes promo. Excellent promo. There's nothing bad to say about this Cody promo because he came out and made a statement. He pretty much telling Brock that, you know what, you see that little mark on your forehead? If you don't know what I'm talking about, where Cody Rhodes had a exposed turnbuckle in their match at Backlash, and where Cody Rhodes forced Brock Lesnar's head to split open due to the exposed turnbuckle, and he was bleeding everywhere at Backlash. So now Brock has a big old gash at his forehead, and Cody came out there and said, you know what? Look at your face. I'm a pro wrestler doing a pro wrestling move on you, and you did a pro wrestling counter, and I defeated you in a pro wrestling match in a pro wrestling ring. And that's what Cody said, and he made a statement stating that, Brock, I'm trying to finish the story, you're in my way. So we're going to finish business at Night of Champions. So a great promo. If you're listening to it out here on the podcast, I will play the clip. And if you're watching on YouTube, you won't hear it. So of course, the Cody promo is available on YouTube. To go check it out if you're watching my video, of course. So it was an excellent promo, and I enjoyed it. It was a great promo. Again, let me know what you guys thought about the Cody Rhodes promo. I thought it was smooth. I thought it was really relaxed. He got everything out he needed to say, straightforward, and left. Made his statement, and he caught my attention. That's what I like about the Cody Rhodes promo. So good stuff overall. Okay, so now we zip to the main event, and we have Damian Priest and Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And after I look at the clock here, this match was almost 30 to 35 minutes of Raw. We went through like 5 commercial breaks on Raw. But man, this match was long. But nonetheless, as I get closer to the very end of the match here, how things played out. So we had the Imperium. Gunther and his boys were at ringside. Okay, this will play a role here. They came out. They interfered in this match. And with the ref not looking, of course, your traditional heels trying to distract the ref, which is the Judgment Day, the Imperium faction decided to grab, I can't remember how it went, but they grabbed the foot of either KO or Sami Zayn in his match. When the ref turned around, there was the point where Finn Balor brought out the coup de grace off the top rope and goes for the cover and gets the win in this match. So Judgment Day defeated KO and Sami Zayn due to the Imperium, Gunther and Da Vinci, I forgot what the other guy, Marcel. They came out and they interfered without the ref not seeing in this match. So this could play a role in the storyline with Imperium. And who knows, maybe with the bloodlines. We'll have to wait and see how things play out. So we got a lot of different variables going on between the KO and Sami Zayn story. Maybe this will pick up after Night of Champions. So we'll have to wait and see how this will play out. Okay? Good stuff. So, I'm going to stop the podcast right here. YouTube, I'm still talking to you. Let me know what you guys thought about Monday Night Raw this past Monday, of course. Give me a subscribe. Give me a like right around here. Give it in the comment section as I mentioned. And yeah, next video, I can't wait to talk about AEW Dynamite, the big Tony Khan reveal announcement. So, I can't wait to see what it is. If you hear my prediction video, let's see if it kind of matches up. Do we get a new TV show, The Collide, that's coming out Saturday potential? Do we get a CM Punk return? Do we get a HBO streaming service for future AEW pay-per-view events? So lots to talk about. Lots to be unfold tomorrow as the time I'm recording this video. I can't wait. I'm very excited. It's a good time to be a pro wrestling fan, no matter what side of the spectrum you are, from WWE to AEW, to Ring of Honor, New Japan, Impact Wrestling, or even if you only support independent wrestling. It's no shame. It's great to be a wrestling fan like myself, and I hope you're an awesome wrestling fan that's very open-minded. Even if you don't like a certain area, I will still talk about it. Hopefully you can feed it off of me and get a little bit of feedback as well about myself in the podcast, all right? Okay, so until next time, my friends, take care, and I'll talk to you guys